Welcome back, everyone, to our final session of the day, the sixth session of day 3 of our Career Breakthrough Summit. And the whole theme of today has been around a career in coaching. So if you're thinking about a career in coaching, if you missed the first 5 sessions, then today is a day for you to go back, watch the replays. We're going to be converting this session, these series, from day 1, day 2, day 3 into a free course that you can do in our platform. You can work through it in your own time, and you can connect with everybody who's been part of this event inside our community. If you're tuned in, please say hi. I can see we've got Donna here. Donna, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you being here with me through all of these 6 sessions. It's been really wonderful to have your input. Now, this final session is 2 parts. First of all, I'm going to talk to you about coaching minds. I'm going to do that at the end, but we're going to have a review. Unfortunately, we're supposed to have a live coach review with one of our graduates, Lorena Zuleta, but unfortunately her shifts changed this week. So what I had to do was record this with her yesterday. So I'm going to be feeding this through as a video of what we recorded yesterday with regards to her feedback and thoughts about the Coaching Minds Diploma. Now, as you've probably seen throughout all these sessions, we're very unique and very different in our approach to how we support our coaches and the vision that we have. Our mission is to make coaching affordable and accessible across the globe. We are reducing the barriers into the coaching space. We're reducing the costs of accredited coaching programs, the flexibility. We're reducing the, sorry, it's my 6th session and my mind is going, because I've been sat here for 4.5 hours straight. So if I lose my words, I apologize. But we are here. We're very different in our approach. The costs are low for Pro Coaching Minds, and we're here to make coaching affordable and accessible. So if you are thinking about becoming a coach and you want to have a conversation, you can enroll with the QR code in the corner. You can reach out to us. We can have a talk. We can answer your questions. After we've played the review with Lorena, this is going to be an opportunity for you to ask any questions about Coaching Minds and also about the coaching in general and our profession. At Coaching Minds, we've got 2 different levels of program. We've got level 5 AMCC accredited practitioner, which is all around transformational coaching. It's 165 hours. It's quite extensive. We also have our level 7 senior practitioner program, which is focused on organizational coaching and how managers, leaders, those that want to work with organizations can think and develop a coaching project and bring that into an organization. How do you coach not just the individual in front of you, but the whole organization to shift their corporate culture? That's the other program that we have. That's 180 hours and it's quite extensive. I can see we've got Razan tuned in. She's part of a level 7 program. Thank you so much for being here, Razan. And we've also got Adele tuned in. Adele, it's great to see you today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself a little bit of a 10-minute break. I'm going to play the video that we recorded yesterday with Lorena. So this is Lorena's live thoughts. Lorena graduated with us about a year ago. She's now coming on to our level 7 after completing the level 5. So she'll be joining our next level 7 cohort. And she's given some open and honest reviews about her experience at Coaching Minds. So I'm going to go backstage and I'm going to play this video for you. So welcome everybody to our coach review with the wonderful Lorena Zuleta. Lorena, it's wonderful to have you. It's been a while since we've connected, but it feels really good to share this space with you today. So thank you for being here.
Thanks, Paul, for the invitation. Thank you very much.
No, I appreciate it. I know you're very busy. I know you've got a lot of things going on professionally, personally. So it's brilliant to have this time with you. And just to get us started so our audience can get to know a little bit more about you, can you tell us a little bit about who Lorena Zuleta is and a little bit about your coaching practice as well?
Okay. Yes, I am from Colombia. I am an ex-volleyball player. And now I'm based in Italy. Here I'm living almost more than 10 years. I played most of my career here in Italy. And then, yes, my coaching career start a little bit in the middle of my volleyball career. And at the end of when I decide, okay, I will no longer play, I start studying and getting ready for my coaching. I also had a psychology degree that when I was living in the United States. And then I say, okay, I would like to enter this career as a mental coach. Yes.
No, brilliant. And what kind of clients do you typically coach at the moment?
I coach athletes or teams, mostly volleyball players, but also basketball or some. I have some runners, but mostly volleyball players. That is my, I would say, my niche. My clients are athletes.
No, amazing. I love that you've kept those two passions together, your
Yes.
psychology and coaching with your love for volleyball and athletes. That's really fantastic. And what was it? You mentioned briefly, you studied psychology when you were in the US. What was it that kind of led you into the coaching field?
Um, yes, at the beginning, when I was studying psychology, I wanted to do something else, was like marketing or maybe, yes, marketing and something related to this field. But then during my career as a professional player, I noticed in myself and in other players sometimes what we love to enjoy, why we play, we're not there. We practice, and then in the competition, our performance was not what we were expecting. Sometimes also we were not happy, even if we love. I will talk about myself. Even if I love what I was doing, I was not happy. And then I recognized that in this world of being perfect, sometimes we need to work also our mind or how we deal with the situation that goes around us, teammates, uh, clubs, coaches, changing cities and countries every season. And that led me to coaching. I say, are players that perhaps need this. And I didn't have during my career, but I want to be there for future generations.
No, that's wonderful. There's a lot of psychology, a lot of mindset in sports, no, that
Yes.
sometimes it can be overlooked. So it's really brilliant that you've seen that opportunity and it's keeping you connected to your volleyball, to the sports world, and you're blending in what you enjoy in terms of your coaching and psychology. That's really, really fantastic. And I just want to ask you a quick question, moving on to a bit about your experience with coaching minds. So there's many different coaching schools out there. There's different forms of accreditation. You've got the EMCC, you've got the ICF. But what was it that attracted you to coaching minds?
Were different things. I will focus in two things. Was what I was learning. Few of the schools, I will not say know any of them, but few of the schools talk about ethics. And I believe ethics is so important in anything we do in our lives. And also the community. I believe that alone it's difficult to arrive somewhere far. And coaching minds helped me to build this community, to know the coaches, and then that was the two things that say, okay, I want to pursue my coaching career with coaching minds. The studies that I was learning, all the material that I have, all the resources that I have to improve as a coach, to be ethically correct when I'm with my client, and also the community that is around each coach. Yes.
No, excellent. No, thank you for sharing that. I'm glad that our ethics really stood out because it's something that we really pride ourselves here at Coaching Minds. We've got a whole module of about 18 lessons
Yes.
on ethics plus our exams. So it's definitely not overlooked here at Coaching Minds. And I really love what you said there about going far together. I think it's an old African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go
Mhm.
far, go together. And
Yeah.
one of the things I really love at Coaching Minds is the community that we have, just how collaborative our coaches are, yourself
Mhm.
included, Lorena, how much you support each other, how much you work together, and how much you really come together. That's not what we do here at Coaching Minds. It's the coaches that we're attracting that create that community, not ourselves. So thank you for being part of that and being part of what we do. I really appreciate it.
No, thanks to you. Thanks to everything that you create. Really, really is amazing. I remember back in at the beginning, and now it's just I'm very proud to say I come from Coaching Minds. I studied there. I'm very proud of of that. Really.
No, thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Lorena. That really, really means a lot. And we are continuously trying to improve what we do, even just minor little things. We listen to our coaches' feedback, and we just want to continuously grow. So thank you for those kind words. And that kind of leads me on to my next question. You've talked about ethics, you talked about the community. But what was it that you enjoyed most about our Level 5 program?
Um, I enjoy a lot, even if it was a little bit scared. Was because we have this practical, no, that one is coaching, the other is the coachee, and that was very, very, very important for me. As I say at the beginning, I was very terrified to be the coach, but was something that I end up enjoying so much. First, because I connected a lot with other coaches. Also, I learned so much about myself as a coach, as a person. And then I enjoy a lot that. I enjoy also the different things that Coaching Minds offer through the year, seminars, seminars, for example, like now I think is, and also the Korean Summit is something that we as a coach value so much. Then enjoying this, having the opportunity to learn from experts, to be there and also share our experience.
No, and thank you for sharing all that, Lorena. We really try not to just be a program where you've got online lessons. Every
Mhm.
week you can engage with us. We've got sessions on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. The scariest for a lot of our coaches is our practical workshops.
Yeah.
Indeed, we get a lot of coaches want to come, and sometimes it can be quite difficult for us to get a coach in that space because everybody wants to be observer. They don't want to take that hot seat. But it's a really, as you mentioned, it's a really good opportunity to grow, develop, to get peer feedback. And one thing we really set in terms of that safety of that space is that we're all here to learn, and the feedback that we give as peers is with good intentions to help you grow and develop as a coach. So thank you for sharing that, and it's really exciting to be here at the Career Summit with you, and thank you for being part of this day and sharing your experiences with Coaching Minds. And that kind of leads me on to my second last question, which is, would you recommend Coaching Minds to a friend, and if so, why?
I definitely will do that. I will definitely recommend Coaching Minds. And I will go back for the reasons that brought me to Coaching Minds because of the community. The community really is something incredible. Sometimes we don't think about that, but it's so important, especially for coaches, not only coaches that are starting, but coaches that are already working in their careers, and for all the resources are I still going back to the library and get resources because I want to learn more. I want to apply the resources in my sessions. Then, for this reason and many others, but I will focus only on these two. I will definitely recommend Coaching Minds to friends, to people that want to start this career.
No, thank you so much for that. It's really good to hear that you would recommend us. And now, yeah, I know you've been out a little bit, you've been dipping in, but with the Level 7 program now, we've got over 250 tools available at Coaching
Yeah.
Minds. So the resource library is quite extensive to continue to use and to apply into your coaching practice and to continue to develop yourself. And yeah, I really like that you mentioned the community part because I love how our coaches, we talked about it already, how our coaches come together and the way that we've structured the platform to allow you to engage, post, comment. We set it up so you can actually engage with each other between the sessions, not just in the live events as well. So I'm glad you've picked that up and you've shared that with our audience today. So thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you so much for
Thanks,
everything
Paul.
you've shared with regards to your experience at Coaching Minds. I have one final question just to bring it back to you, because I'd love to know what your current goals are and where you're taking your coaching in the future. And I'm sure everybody who's tuned in would like to listen to this as well.
Okay, yes, as you mentioned, level 7, definitely I am all for keep learning and improving. Other goals that I have is to start coaching some clubs here in Italy, some volleyball clubs, and having there just for the club, for the whole team, and also some single athletes. That are my goals right now. Yeah.
No, that's amazing. And I'm really, now that you've mentioned that, I'm really intrigued to see how you take and apply the level 7, because level 7 is organizational coaching. So these clubs are going to be your kind of clients. So the big shift
Yes.
between transformational coaching and organizational coaching is the client isn't the individual, the client is actually an organization or company. In your aspect, the club, they have goals that they want to achieve as a club, and then you bring a coaching project into that space. So it's going to be really interesting to see what you bring. I'm looking forward to listen to some of your sessions in terms of your assessment
Okay.
and how that works. It's going to be really great.
Definitely. Yes, Paul.
No, thank you for sharing that. And is there any final words you'd like to leave our audience for today before we bring our short session to a close?
I just to tell you who is listening that coaching is a beautiful career, and are many people that really need that space, that better we are prepared, they can better feel during a session, better can they achieve their goals. Then our role is very important in this moment, on this period of time.
No, it is indeed. Coaching is a very important role at the moment in the way the world is, the way things are going, the changes that are happening. So thank you for highlighting that. And Lorena, I just want to say a huge thank you again for your time today. I really appreciate sharing this space. I look forward to working with you again through our level 7 program soon. And thank you for the kind words. It really means a lot to us all here at Coaching Minds. And I also want to thank our audience for tuning in and listening today. And if you do have any questions, you can drop them in the comments box below, whether it's to myself or it is to Lorena. We'll be happy to answer them. So thank you so much, Lorena. Thank you so much, everybody. Looking forward
Thanks,
to
Paul.
catching up with you all very soon. Thank you. I'll unmute myself. I'm doing a lot of magic tricks today, jumping around the screen, talking on mute. So that was Lorena Zuleda, one of our graduates from our Level 5 program. That was some honest words from her. If you do have any questions that are directed towards Lorena and her experience, please do drop them in the comments box. Lorena will get back to you. I'm going to stick around for 5-10 minutes. This is our Q&A part. So this is your opportunity to ask me anything about coaching. If there's anything that I've said today in any of the 6 sessions, whether it was related to what coaching actually is, our profession, the coaching demo that I give to Chantel, to Coach Dog, to AI, now's the opportunity to put your questions. I'm slowing things down. As you've seen, I've been really rapid with everything, going through everything really quick. I've given you a lot of information. Now, from that, what you've digested, what is important, what do you need to know, what might I have missed that you want to know more about? So I'm going to stay here for 5-10 minutes to answer your questions. This is your opportunity to pick my brain one last time in this coaching open day and ask me your questions about coaching minds, about the profession. I also want to say thank you to Donna for her kind words around how we how you align with the ethical approach that we take at Coaching Minds. We really have ethics at the heart of what we do, and it's one thing that makes us really unique in both our programs in level 5 and level 7. Level 5, we have a full ethics module that is 18 lessons, and you have to pass an online ethics exam as part of the program. We really put ethics at the heart of what we do. In our level 7 program, we also have a module dedicated to ethics. You have to complete an ethics scenario that happens or may happen in organizational coaching setting. You've also got to do a multiple choice exam, which is in a bit more depth. And you also have to write a 1,700 to 2,000 word essay on ethics as well as part of our level 7. So we go even deeper as we get further in our program. So thank you for highlighting that, Donna. It's really important that ethics is at the heart of what we do as coaches. And I hope that's been picked up across everything that I've been talking about today. So when I've talked about the profession, when I've talked about AI, I'm hoping that ethics points are coming through. And ethics, a lot of people see it as boring, it's rules, we have to do this. I'm not saying we need to set rules, we need to do this. I'm talking about how we protect our clients and how we protect ourselves. Ethics is not just for the benefit of others, it's for the benefit of ourselves. And it's so important that we think about this professional approach. If you're not ethical, you're not professional. So ethics, and for me, ethics and professionalism are intertwined. Donna is saying training coaches joining CM really need to attend the group sessions, coffee chats. This is where relationships are made. Helps with stepping into coach at the practicums. So that's important to know as well. So at Coaching Minds, how we're structured, it's not that you just join a course and we've got lessons. So in our level 5, let's take a level 5 for example, we've got 88 online lessons for you to work through. It's a video of 15 to 20 minutes. You have a quiz, you have a reflective worksheet, and you have some other bits and bobs to learn. And you go through the 88 lessons. But it's not just a platform that you do that. We've got a whole community that is set up kind of like Instagram, Facebook, where you can comment, like, love, share, engage, share your learning, collaborate with each other. And then in between all that, every week we have sessions. So Tuesdays are seminar days. You come for a 2-hour seminar, you can connect with other coaches, you can learn more about the modules in depth. Wednesdays, coach practical workshops, or what we now call coach practicums. It's an opportunity for you to bring a model and practice your coaching with your peers. And as what Donna's mentioned there, every Thursday we have a networking session designed differently each week where you can come along, connect, have a coffee with fellow coaches, talk about the industry, talk about the profession, and look at how you can collaborate and support one another. Adele is saying the ethics came through in every session during the summit. Thank you so much, ethics. Thank you so much, ethics. I'm telling you, 4.5 hours sat at a desk is not good work for the mind. Thank you so much, Adele. I'm glad that ethics came through. It's really important that does come through because it's something that really sits at the heart. That's what I mentioned. And I know I tend to rant. So a lot of people say I ramble about a lot of things. I really hone down on our approach towards AI and the importance of making sure that we steer away from AI coach and we stay human-centered. I know I ranted on about some of the problems that we have as a profession, but I'm not afraid to challenge this because I feel like there's an element of positive toxicity within the coaching profession. And what I mean when I say positive toxicity is if you say anything constructive, if you observe something is not working, you're automatically shut down to be being negative rather than being realistic. And I think that blinds us, that creates a blindfold for us, a blind spot where we need to have an open, honest conversation about, as a profession, as a whole, where are we lacking? Where are we failing? And how can we fill in that gap? And how can we make the profession better? So we've got to look at what the constructive stuff to help us grow. We can't grow if we just put our focus on what's working and what's going good and ignore all the other stuff that isn't working so well. So Razan's asked the question, with so many coaching programs out there focusing purely on theory, how does Coaching Minds ensure that coaches move quickly into the doing zone and graduate ready to make a difference? That's a really good question, Razan. And we have multiple opportunities for coaches to really get into practice. I think if you were to look at the balance, we focus a lot more on the practical aspects and practice at Coaching Minds than we do the theory. Every tool, every model, as we mentioned on the video there, between our level 5 and level 7, we've got 250 coaching tools. We encourage our coaches to put them into practice. We have AI workshops, business workshops to help support our coaches with their business. We look at how they can set up AI coaching rooms. And this is all part of the subscription that we offer. We're not here to make huge profit as an organization. And I hope that's the second important message that comes across in everything that we do. We're on a mission to make Coaching Minds affordable and accessible. You know, our board thought I was crazy when I proposed the idea to put out there all of our books for free, our ebooks for free, which are now available on our website. I've shared the QR codes in previous sessions. They're all available for free in ebooks because part of our mission to make coaching affordable and accessible. So we're not here to make money. We're here to really help coaches succeed. So this is why we offer that additional support on AI, on business, on coaching rooms. This is why we have every week practical workshops. We now have monthly sessions, group coaching sessions for our level 7 coaches to practice their group coaching sessions with our level 5 coaches. We ask you to complete, you have to, as a requirement, to complete in our level 5 40 sessions as part of the program when you're in our program. And also, when you look at level 7, 75 coaching sessions, organizational coaching sessions on our level 7 program. So that's the practical aspect that shows up here as well. And in both of those programs, you are required to submit your practical video recordings. And we've got all ethical measures in place for data protection and how we manage that between us as a business. But you need to submit your recordings, your sessions with clients, and you get detailed supervisor feedback on what you're doing really well and what you can improve on. And from there, this is designed to help you grow as a coach. So we do focus a lot on the practical aspects, both the practical skills as a coach and the reality of what it looks like to actually set up a coaching business in real life. Because one thing I think isn't talked about enough, and I don't know, I can't speak for other programs, but it was one thing when we look back after the first 2 years of Coaching Minds we were lacking, and the other coaching schools that I worked in like this was the importance of business acumen. It's great to be a coach, it's great to understand, but you need to also understand how business works, how to put yourself out there, how to run a business. Because it's great, you could be the best coach, but if you don't know how to run a business, you're not going to succeed in setting up your own practice. So we need to fill in those gaps as part of what we do here at Coaching Minds. And this is what we do through our business support, AI, and everything we've got in terms of the practical side of what we do. Donna Burfield saying, when does the level 7 start and what are the requirements? That's a really good question. So our level 7, so our level 5 is unique. So as I mentioned in my previous session about the profession, there is barriers to entry. One of the barriers that we're finding why the 4.6 million profiles on LinkedIn on choosing to go down accreditation route is because of the lack of flexibility. So you have to go through designated cohorts. Okay, so we made level 5 flexible. Anybody can enter, anybody can join at any time. As I mentioned, if you miss a session, the longest you have to wait is 6 weeks for the next one. With our level 7, because of the structure, because it's organizational coaching, because of the people that tend to join our level 7 program or senior leaders, members of HR, or they've got quite a busy schedule in their background, we have to manage this in cohorts. So our level 7, we offer 3 cohorts every year. We just launched this last year. The next cohort is the end of June. And in order for you to join our level 7, you have to already hold a certification from an accredited school already before you can join our level 7. It's not just something you can jump into. So if you haven't got a certification, you can start with a level 5, you can progress from level 5 to level 7. If you've got your practitioner, you've got your certification in another school, then that's proof and evidence. You can provide that in your initial interview with us, and we can permit you into the school from that. So thank you for that question, Donna. Really, really useful. And here is a few more comments. So Adele's saying there's always opportunities for coaches speaking at summits, lives, and more. So that's a really good point as well. We really care about the success of our coaches. I personally, I can't speak on behalf of all the staff at Coaching Minds, but I personally live by the philosophy that if our coaches aren't succeeding, then we're not succeeding as an organization, as a coaching academy. We should be upskilling and providing our coaches with all the skills they need, all the information they need to define and provide a successful coaching career, whether that's in their own coaching practice, whether that's working within an organization, whether that's an organizational coach, a transformational coach, a team coach, whatever it is their goals, we should be equipping them with everything they need to succeed. Now, a caveat on that, just like coaching, you're not going to succeed as a coach if you're lazy and you're not putting in the work. I see, and I'm not speaking about Coaching Minds coaches particularly here, I'm connected with hundreds, if not thousands of coaches now across social media, and too many coaches are treating their business like a hobby. They're not putting in the work required. They think clients are just going to fall in the lap. So whilst we provide you and equip you, it's up to you to do the actual work. So that's a little bit of a caveat on what I shared there. Donna Burfield said, what you put in is what you get out. 100%. You've just really summed up what I said there. How we show up should reflect how we want our clients to show up. Professional integrity speaks volumes. It really does. We need to show up, and how we show up really reflects how we are as an individual as well. So thank you for sharing that, Donna. And it goes back to, we had that nice panel discussion yesterday. We talked about networking. And one thing I really want to get across, and I hope people listen to you, is when you go to a networking event, too many coaches are, what can I get? What can I take? What can I receive from this network event? What's it going to give me? Flip that. Go in and what can you give to that networking event? As soon as I change that mindset, every time I go to a networking event, I come out with really meaningful connections and contacts. We don't even work in the same industry, but because we've got common interests in our personal lives, because we both got mindsets of what we want to give to each other, we create meaningful connections. And it's not just all that fake crap that everybody's talking about, looking for the next opportunity or the next client that's going to bring to them. So really, how you show up is really important. Rosanna St. Paul, because Coaching Minds offers so much value at such an affordable price, some people worry it's too good to be true. What do you say to those who are hesitant to take the leap? Thank you so much, Rosanna, for that, because one of the things I get is that Coaching Minds is cheap. You're the Ryanair of the coaching industry. You're the Primark of the coaching industry. And what I say back to those is there's a huge difference between something that's affordable and something that's cheap. Okay, something that is cheap is low in value and low on quality. Something that's affordable is something that's high on quality but low on cost. Because we don't care about the price dollar, we don't care about the pounds. That comes as a byproduct of the service that you deliver. When we focus, all these coaches that are focused on high ticket, charging 5,000 for this, 10,000 for this, really focused on the dollar sign, they're going to struggle. Because that's all they're focused on. They've got a blinder. When you're focused on what you do, the service, when you're focused on giving people opportunities, when you're focused on opening doors for individuals, that's when the dollar sign, the pound signs just follow and come. So for anybody that's saying we're too cheap, too scared to take the leap, test us out. It's £37 a month, $52 if you're based in the US or somewhere else in the world. It's nothing. You can test us for 30 days, check the quality. If you don't like us, you can cancel it. It's not a commitment. It's not a contract. So if you're thinking about taking that leap, maybe a bit hesitant, just try us for 30 days. If you don't like us, see you later. But I guarantee as many of the coaches that come through, they really feel the quality, they really feel the ethics, they feel the values that we have at Coaching Minds. We're creating a collaborative community because there's certain people we don't want at Coaching Minds. We've had to remove coaches from Coaching Minds in the past because they're not aligned and they're disruptive to our mission and our goal. We're not afraid to do that. If you're an unethical coach and you have the wrong mindset for what we want to achieve overall as an academy, we're going to have to let you go. We are here about collaboration. We are wanting to create a collaborative community where coaches support each other, help each other, work together, do projects together. Not they competing, keeping the best strategies and tools that they know away from each other, coming from a place of jealousy. It's not who we are at Coaching Minds. We're not about the pound sign, we're about the service, we're about how we can help. We're about looking at areas in the world. The world is struggling right now. We're lacking leaders across the world right now. How do we coach people to become the next leaders? How do we give people opportunities? How do we look at where coaching can actually help in areas that are needed right now with the skills that we possess without having to say, yeah, I'll help you, but it's going to be $10,000 for my time. We step away from that. So if you're a service-driven person, you want to make a difference, and you will make a profit. Don't worry, income will come because you're focused on serving the people individual in front of you. At the end of the day, it's the person that pays you. The money's not going to fall out the air. Then Coaching Minds is for you. I've got another question coming in, so I'm staying a little bit longer than I planned, but please keep the questions coming in. This is really useful. Adele saying, what is your take on pro bono coaching? So I have a very unique view on pro bono coaching. I don't think it's as you've probably seen, a lot of my views aren't aligned with a lot of what the industry speaks of. But I feel that every single coach should continue pro bono coaching. I'm not saying your whole practice needs to be free, but I offer pro bono coaching still to this date. I manage Coaching Minds, but I still have one client when I have the opportunity, when I've got the space, as a pro bono. And I think every coach should keep at least one client pro bono throughout their whole practice. Because you're going to I experienced at COVID, a big dip when I started to lose a lot of clients because they couldn't afford anymore. Obviously, one of the first things to go when they were being furloughed, people were losing their jobs, people were uncertain about their life. One of the first things to go was actually their coaching. So, I let them go. I even coached some of them for free because they were going through an important crisis in their life at that point and at that stage. But what I learned is you do get dips. You're going to have times where you're going to be full of clients. There's going to be times where business is a bit scarce. You need to put in a bit of work. But you need to, as a coach, continuously coach. you need to keep that momentum. And you can do that by pro bono coaching. And we really inspire and really try to motivate our coaches into pro bono coaching, because one of the unique things about Coaching Minds as well is we offer what we call a coach center. We've got Donna Burfield, who's tuned in today, who's been in every session. So I really appreciate that, who is our coach center lead. And we have partnerships with organizations, with non-profits who are making a difference to the world. And if you think they're giving their time, they're volunteering their time, they're helping individuals who are really going through probably one of the worst things they can experience in humanity. They're giving their time, they're working to support their people. But who's supporting those individuals that are giving themselves that time, that are there in their, amongst the face of it, they're there in the action, for want of a better word. We want to step in and we want to support those individuals that are supporting others, because that's what we can do as coaching. So we want to offer that. So through our Coach Center, we actually help you obtain clients, not so you can grow your business, but so you can grow your experience and you can give back to the world in areas that are needed, where coaching is needed. So thank you for that question, Adele. Razan, I can personally vouch for this. The learning structure and the community support here are absolutely mind-blowing. Highly recommended. Thank you so much for Razan for those kind words. I know you've not been with us long on our level 7 program, so it really means a lot. If you do have any constructive feedback, just message me. I think that's what really sets us apart, is we're not here just to set up a program and get on with it. We actually want to restructure, improve, continuously improve our program for the benefit of our coaches. So any feedback, we listen, good or positive or negative. So thank you so much for that, Razan. I really, really appreciate it. Now, if you've got any more questions, please drop them in the comments box. I'll respond to them after the session, but I'm feeling absolutely flat out now. My energy has hit 5%. I've been sat here for nearly 5 hours talking to you about coaching. And just check this out. Scan the QR code. As I mentioned, all the information's on the website. We've got new things coming. We're going to have a whole new coaching resources section, free resources to help us on a mission to make coaching affordable and accessible. We've got Coach Dog that we're expanding right now. We're going to have more opportunities for our coaches. We're going to be hosting more features in our AI coaching rooms that I talked about. We are growing, we're developing, and we're here to shape and disrupt is the word, and shape the industry of the future. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to speaking to you all very soon. And my door is open if you want a conversation. Have a wonderful evening, day, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.